The elderberry juice is ready, and I'm going to make some elderberry peppermint cough drops to be prepared for cold and flu season before it gets here. Hey friends, it's Barbara-SUE at Kowalski Mountain, and welcome back to the homestead. Now in the last video, I harvested and juiced the elderberries that we have growing right here on our homestead. And I have about a quart of elderberry juice that I harvested from more like 10 cups of elderberries. Now today I'm going to be making some cough drops in preparation of cold and flu season. Now to be honest, Philip and I rarely get sick, and this is the ultra elderberry syrup that I made with Faith over a year ago. That was when we first moved here to the homestead. Now I did preserve this with brandy, so I have a little bit left. Now I'm using the book Everyday Elderberry, and she does have a recipe in here for these peppermint elderberry cough drops. Now I'm following it a little bit loosely, and I say I'm following it loosely because she actually uses dried elderberries in her recipe, and I used fresh elderberries to make juice. So I'm just going to convert the amount of liquid to the juice and call that good. Now the other thing that I'm doing a little bit differently is with the peppermint. I don't have any loose peppermint, so I picked up some peppermint tea bags at my local box store, and I love the smell of these. They smell so good. The recipe calls for a half a cup of peppermint leaves, and that just seems like a lot to me, and I didn't actually have quite that many. This is about 30 tea bags, which is the equivalent of about a quarter cup of peppermint. Now I'm going to measure out my elderberry juice, and we're going to get this steeping in the juice. Now I've kept this in the refrigerator since I did this, which was actually just yesterday. I'm trying to be careful with this because this purple elderberry juice stains everything. So I need 2 cups. See what I mean? So I have a little bit of elderberry juice left, and I can just make a simple syrup with that. And that'll be really easy. You just measure out how much juice you have and you add honey to match it. So that'll be simple. My elderberry juice has come to a boil, so I'm going to go ahead and add these peppermint tea bags. I'm going to throw those in there because I don't want that to leach out, you know how it would come out. I don't want that. So we're just going to let this now steep and transfer all that wonderfully pepperminty flavor into my elderberry juice, and we will come back for the next step. The elderberry peppermint tea has finished steeping. I have one regret in using the tea bags because they have absorbed a lot of the elderberry juice, and this purple color is just horrible. So we're going to try to squeeze out as much of that as we can and not make too big of a mess. I don't even know how to begin with this. I almost feel like I need to cut them apart. Like cut the strings. Come on, strings. Oh my goodness. I just thought I flung that purple tea bag across the room. I actually pulled the video card out, put it in the computer, put it into my editing software, and slowed it down. And I'm pretty sure that when I pushed, it pushed down into the pot. So I think I'm okay. I can't find it anywhere, and there's nothing on the couch. That was my biggest concern of anything. So I think I'm okay. Confirmed. I counted the wrappers, and I have 16 wrappers, 16 tea bags. So I'm in the clear. This would make such a mess to stain something. That would just be absolutely horrible. I'm feeling good about that. Good. Let's be done with that. Now we are going to add a cup of honey. Now I want to go ahead and prep everything because this is probably going to go fast once it starts to go. So I had bought these molds months ago to make cough drops. Actually, I think last winter. I haven't done it yet. And this is going to work out perfect. It's going to hold 2. Probably going to need more than 2, but we're going to start with that and have that prepped. The other thing we need for this is a candy thermometer, and we are looking for hard crack stage, which is 300 degrees. Now these are cough drops, and they're being touted as a medicinal cough drop. We've got that wonderful elderberry and the peppermint in there, which that's probably very good. We've added the honey, but when you heat honey over, and it's in the 100-degree range, you've destroyed all medicinal properties of honey. So basically these are sore throat drops, like candies. We're not going to tout any medicinal benefit here with this honey because it is going to have absolutely none because of the high temperature that we're cooking it at. Now the elderberry and the peppermint, I'm going to say that those are still going to have their redeeming properties intact, but not the honey. Now to get you some close-up video, I'm going to use my phone because this is going to go too fast to be switching that camera back and forth. So we're up to about 200 degrees now. I switched to the wooden spoon because of the heat. Now that particular rubber spatula is Pampered Chef, and they are heat resistant, but I don't want to push my luck with that. And sorry, I know I'm not looking at you, but I need to keep my eyes here on the pot. Now, as much as I did not want to change pots, I'm just really riding the wire there of the temperature. And I kind of feel like I needed to do that just because to keep moving the temperature up and down isn't going to get me to my temperature. I need to keep it hot. So I lost a little temperature changing the pot, but that's okay, we'll get it back. $260. We're starting to pick up some speed here. Now that we're at about 260, you can see we're not boiling as high as it was. Now, unfortunately, I'm starting to get kind of a bitter smell. Can't say I know why. Now, as I'm stirring, I don't feel anything is burnt on the bottom, but it definitely has a bittery smell. Okay, so right now we're at soft crack stage. Now, I will tell you, it smells like it's burning. And it's smoking like it's burning. But it doesn't feel like it's burning, like on the bottom of the pot. I don't feel anything stuck but cooked on. We have only a few degrees left. So I've made it to hard crack stage. I'm going to put in a little drop in there. This is ice water. And you can see that that turned hard. Sorry, I'm just kind of working here because at this point we just have to get it done. Alright, sorry. That video stopped on me. I had no idea. So I did get them into the molds, and now we're going to let those cool. It smells really bitter. That little bit that I put in ice water that like stuck to my dental work immediately. So I'm like, can't have that. I already pulled out a crown one time. I am not doing that again. I'm going to clean my mess up and we'll come back when these are ready. Now I think that our cough drops are ready, so we're going to break these out of the mold. Make sure you can see here. Now these little silicone molds are just perfect because I can just push them out. Now I am going to dust them in just a little bit of powdered sugar. And the reason I'm going to do that is because otherwise they're going to get stuck together. They're going to be like one big clump in the jar, and then that won't be useful at all. So I'm having to do this kind of slowly because they're already starting to clump up like that. here we are. So these are our elderberry peppermint cough drops. And I'm going to go ahead and try one. I saved one. They do taste a little bit bitter to me. Not really sure why. You want to be really careful with your dental work. This is not something you crunch up with your teeth. Just be careful. It's definitely not a sweet one that you're going to want to be eating all the time, but hopefully it'll get the job done. Well, friends, as always, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hit that button. I'd love you to be a part of the Kowalski Mountain family. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.